Peace. This is Anpu with another video on astral travel slash are we still in hell slash is she God? So this is like pretty much a trio video of the segments I do. I just want to cram everything in on this one video. First, I want to start off with speaking on my astral travel experience. I had an experience last night, or early in the morning, 4 in the morning, and it's November 12th, 2017. And I always speak about my patterns on how I've been able to do this. And I always speak about breaking your sleep, fooling the mind, fooling the body to sleep and have the mind still be awake. So on Friday, I spoke to my uncle, and my uncle was real close to me, and I'm real close to my uncle, and he's like a father figure to me. He knows what I've been through. He's been there since day one. Even though, he's been out of jail a lot of times throughout my life, but at the same time, always still been there, And this was something that just came to be. I had my intentions of telling him, because not too many of my family members still to this day know about my experiences. But now, the more that I'm coming out with it, the more I'm making videos about it, it's just the more comfortable I'm becoming. And I'm not afraid of speaking about these topics anymore, because I feel like it's necessary for me to speak it. There are plenty of people out there that are having these experiences. Times is changing. There's just so much going on. So it has to be a reason on how all these things tie into one. What I'm about to speak about: astral traveling, are we in hell, dreams, and is she is God. So this video is basically just gonna be all the major topics that I've been speaking about into this one video. I just don't feel like making separate videos. I just want to just get all this information out at once, but at the same time not make it too long. So I spoke to my uncle and I explained to him my situation, and he understood, and gave him the link to my YouTube page, and he was very interested in it. He didn't judge me. I hope he watches them, and for him to learn as well. This knowledge is hidden. This is hidden knowledge. I just happen to be the one to actually experience these things hands-on. So I spoke to him on Friday, and I'm not gonna lie, I was drinking too, and I think I had a little too much Henrock, a little too much Hennessy, and yesterday, on Saturday, I had a crazy hangover, man. My head was killing me. I ain't never get that messed up in such a long time. So the whole Saturday, that's all I've been doing. All I've been doing is just resting up, because I was so messed up on Friday off the Hennessy. And I'm not gonna lie, I let my emotions get into it with the conversation I had with my uncle, and not knowing, I just kept drinking and just thinking, and just a whole lot of things going on. But Saturday I was messed up and I paid for it. Won't do that again. But it kind of ties into the technique that I use, breaking your sleep patterns. And if when you watch my videos and you've seen the patterns that I have, is always when I take a nap or when I'm resting or break. It all has to do with sleeping and resting. And that's what I did on Saturday a lot. I slept a lot. I I rested, got up, ate something, drank something, watched a little TV, took a little power nap. And I think that's what gave me that ability, this morning, to astral travel. So let me get into what happened. Like I said before, every time I have these experiences, there's always something different. And it's funny because my uncle was like, I told him that I've been having this ever since I was a child, and sporadically, but it mostly started happening more in 2012. And he asked me like, so are you still having it? And I'm like, yeah, check out my videos, you will see. This is why I'm documenting this. I mean, I don't know too many people that have these experiences other than the ones that I research on YouTube. I mean, I have so many, and this is why I'm documenting it. And it's something that I had to question myself. And through the questioning and researching, it just blossomed to other information out there. The reason why I put out the videos, Is She God? Question everything with the religion and the Bible, because that's what I was doing. I was searching. But let me just get into it. So last night, went to sleep. I was knocked out. I watched a boxing fight that night, so I didn't go to bed till like almost 12. Around 4 in the morning, I remember waking up. I woke up at 4 in the morning, checked my time. Didn't think nothing of it though, because usually it's always like when I wake up around 2:30 or 3 o'clock when I break my sleep pattern. So I did that. I went back to sleep, and sure enough, the vibration started. The vibration started, and I felt it through in my head first, my third eye, my pineal gland is what it's called. And the vibration went through my whole body. And I saw something that I've never seen before, experienced before. I didn't leave my astral body, but I was separated. And when I opened my astral eyes, I saw something scatter. It was more than one. It was, and like I said, when I separate through my body, that is the fourth dimension. It's not the third dimension. It's a totally different dimension, but it's a parallel universe to this universe. It's a parallel dimension. So everything looks the same, but it's in a different dimension, different place, different zone. And I saw one of them like running off of me. So whatever it was doing, it was on me. And the other one, I didn't get a clear look at it because it happened so fast. I guess these entities realized that I was awakened. And one of them was doing something to me, and it ran off. It could have been, they would have been trying to take my energy. Like I told you, these jinns and shadow beings and other entities, that's what they do. They take your energy. Or they could have been tampered with my consciousness. They could have been trying to tamper with my dreams. That's why you gotta pay attention to your dreams. Sometimes you have nightmares and stuff, and it could be entities projecting these images in your mind to give you fear, to feed off your chi, your energy, your soul. But one of them ran off of me, and then when I looked towards the window, I saw an entity, a silhouette of an entity. Now I've seen shadow beings many times, and they silhouette always looked the same to me. But this one looked totally different. I was able to see it, but not as clear. The usual image of the shadow beings that I see are very slender, they very thin, just like the extraterrestrials that you see on TV shows. It's just like that. But this one, it just had a big head. Like the head wasn't normal. It was like out to here. I mean, I don't know if it was a helmet, but that was the silhouette that I got. It was a big head. And it was so crazy because when I looked, they were all shocked that I guess I had the ability to awaken. And I was conscious. I was fully conscious. And I've done it so many times, so now it's becoming like second nature. and they just ran. They zipped. One zipped off of me, and then I looked at the one with the enormous head. He was like stuck, like he wanted to go, but he didn't know what to do. It was like if I like caught a robber trying to rob my house, and they just freeze and they don't know what to do, and then he was gone. So that's what happened last night, November 12th, 2017. So here again is another experience, and like I said, I'm putting the pieces together on how I do it. And like I said, resting the body is the way. And I'm not going to sit here and say take psychedelic drugs and stuff like that, or clean your body and do all this meditating, and because all that stuff is cool, it's good for your vibration and your soul, but in my experiences, this is not the case. It's always when I break my sleep pattern. Here I was drinking on Friday, you know what I'm saying? And I still have these experiences. And even when it passed, I used to drink, smoke, do all types of things, and I still had these experiences. I ate meat. You know, some people say be vegan and, you know, you'll be lighter and you'll be able to astral travel. I eat meat. I eat everything, you know, and I was still able to astral travel. So to me, I think that is the most powerful technique of doing this is, for one, remembering your dreams, shifting your consciousness, changing your thought patterns, breaking away from religions that are like spells that keep you down, and just be one with yourself. Just be one with yourself and question everything, pretty much. So then after that incident happened with these entities, they left, and I closed my eyes and the vibration started again. And then I was able to leave my physical body, but when I left my physical body, it was like if I was in a program. It didn't feel right. It didn't feel like the other realms I've been in. And I was still conscious. I don't know if these entities was doing something to me. I don't know if they were trying to alter my my vision, my surroundings, but it looked like if I was in New York, but I wasn't familiar with the area. And then everybody that was around the neighborhood, they were like all watching me, which I found was weird. It wasn't like they were doing their own thing and I'm just observing, because I was very conscious. And I just think that these beings that I had encountered had somehow put me into this type of program of an illusion, but the whole time I am conscious. And everybody just looked at robotic. It just didn't look real. It didn't feel real. It looked real fake, like it was staged. And I knew that, and I was just like, this is they messing with me, and I knew they were messing with me. So then I went to another technique that I've always just started using, and realized how to enter higher dimensions by using flying. A skill that you have in these higher realms, you're able to fly, and you're able to fly upwards into a whole new dimension. That's what happened with my experience. And again, people that have astral traveling experience, it's not going to all be the same. Everybody's going to have their own unique, special experience. I'm just documenting mine. I tried to fly, and it was so hard for me to fly. I mean, it was like if they were stopping me. They were stopping me. And I knew it. I felt it, but I didn't let it stop me. I didn't let it discourage me. And remind you, I felt like I was in this realm for a long time, to the point that I questioned myself and started to panic. Like, what if I get stuck in this realm? It felt like a prison. That's why I'm saying it just didn't feel right. It felt like an imitated illusion, a fake illusion. I mean, even though this illusion that we're living in now is all fake, but it's just a different feeling. And I tried to fly up. I started to fly. I used my mind, my thought, because that's the way you have to do it, through thought. And I began to fly, but it wouldn't let me fly to a certain distance up. I would fly up, and then it was like if I was stopped, like if it was something blocking me. And I remember that like it was like an invisible wall, and I remember just flying around, and at this certain height, I couldn't go no higher. And I remember the other beings in this room that were looking at me. They were just observing, like if I was being watched, like if I was an experiment. And I just kept doing that for a very long time, and just flying around, looking and observing everything. And then to the point, I just snapped out of it and went back to my physical body. And I got up, and it was like around like 6. And I remember I got a drink of water, and I went back to sleep. And I had all sorts of dreams, because I told you I dream all the time. But this wasn't like no regular dream. This was an astral travel. I was very conscious. Very conscious. Also want to speak about, and that was the end of that experience. Also want to talk about and bounce off the other segment that I have, question everything. Are we in hell? I've been getting, ever since I did that video and meditated more on it, I've been getting a lot of visions within my dreams. And it also ties into she is God, because I started meditating and I asked the only entity that could give me these answers, which is the true goddess, the true mother, which is Mother Earth. And all you have to do is just ask and you will receive. So what I've been told, and I used that technique, and sure enough she did. She gave me so many images within my dreams. And like I told you, I dream every day. For other people that's probably not normal, but I dream every night. And I put that energy out there to figure out, to answer my question, because that's why I did the segment. It wasn't just for y'all, the audience, it was also for me too, because it's something that I want to know. I don't have the answers for everything, but this is the images and things that she had brought to my thoughts, brought to my dreams. Is really technically not hell, but we are definitely, she showed me that we are definitely going through a transformation, that we are changing. Things are changing on this planet dramatically. And yes, there are beings that took over this planet, but they don't have the true science and understanding of love. And this is the only way that we are going to break from this. It's through the power of love, because love is the most powerful thing in the whole universe. When I first started doing the videos of Are We in Hell, I started looking at Mother Earth as a diseased planet. But she showed me so much more. That she is powerful, she's beautiful, she is wise, she is the true creator. And we are all part of that. So to break away from this prison that, we call hell, is through love. Very simple. And that we create our own hells through discrimination, through racism, sexism, just separation. We have to break away from that as a whole. And she also showed me that through the transformation that this planet is going through, more light is entering this planet. More light meaning information, because information is light and light is information. It's been like a grid over this planet, and now that grid is starting to crack and decay. And now that the grid is starting to break into cracks and pieces, now the true information is starting to leak in. And this is why people like me are starting to become conscious. People like you are starting to awaken it, and you're starting to question things because you know something is wrong, something is off. It's just a matter of time that this whole planet is going to be on the same wavelength. I mean, you could be religious or not. Doesn't matter if you black, white, Chinese, or green. You are going to be affected by this energy that's coming in. And this energy that is coming in is pure love. And that's what these dark entities, they can't do nothing about it. Yes, for now, things are bad. I mean, ever since I did the videos of Are We in Hell, there's been mass shootings, just wars, and politicians and all types of crazy things that's going on that's not televised. That's things that's happening in your own neighborhoods, or things you're experiencing with your family and friends. So a lot of things has been going on. But the thing is that we have to break away from this negative energy. That is the key. This is what my dreams were showing me. It was showing me images like a movie. It was showing me images of like a movie. You see, these dark entities, they won the rights to this planet through war. Through war. The beings that seeded this planet had good intentions. But the thing is that this realm is like free will. And it was a war and they won, so they took over this planet. I mean, it's real deep. I know it sounds crazy. I know I sound crazy and sound like something I got from a movie. But it's real. It's real. Earth is a living entity. She is alive. And all you have to do is just ask. Just speak to her because you are connected with her. She is the true mother. She is the goddess. And that's why I did the segment of, is she God? It's deep. I mean, like I said, love is not to get away from fear, because that's what I did as well. Because in my astral traveling experience, when I saw this entity with the big head, honestly, I didn't want him to leave because I saw like two other ones jet off. One jetted off that was standing next to the one with the big head, and the one came off of me. It was like it just ran off my body. But the other one was stuck, like he didn't even know what to do. But the energy that I was putting out, it wasn't fear. I wasn't scared of it. It was straight pure love. And I showed them like, I'm not scared of you. I wanted to communicate with it because this was something different I've never seen before. Besides the normal silhouettes that I saw from shadow beings, I saw this other one that was like, it was real huge, like a mini giant, But the silhouette was so dark I couldn't really get a good look. But this one, I got a good look. And I'm gonna be honest with you, it looked like some extraterrestrial beings. I know it sounds crazy, man. I'm gonna do a segment on extraterrestrials. I might have to like go in. I might have to like break down the facts and stuff like that. I might have to. I might have to. Because I know this sounds so far-fetched, but it's really not. It's really not. I mean, if you think about it, if you understand the vastness of this universe, of this galaxy, and then times that by billions of them, it's like, how is that so far-fetched? It's just that it seems like we are the only ones here is because the beings that took over, they put a grid over it to look like and seem like we're the only ones here. But it's deeper than that. Now that things are changing. Planet Earth, she is evolving. And this is why we having these crazy natural disasters. It's a shift. It doesn't mean that it's going to be pleasant before the shift happens. It's just like giving birth. When a woman gives birth to a child, it's very violent. It's painful. It's bloody. It's blood, sweat, and tears. But after all said and done, the creation is here, and it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. So she's evolving. Because I just left it at that with the Are We in Hell? I left it at that and didn't give no solution. The reason why I didn't give a solution, because I honestly didn't have one. I really didn't. So I had to meditate. I had to put it into thought. I had to keep saying it. I had to speak it out. I would go in my backyard right here and just stare into the trees, clear my thoughts, speak to Mother Earth telepathically, say it verbally, think about it before going to sleep, thinking about it when waking up. So that's what I did, and these are the images and messages that I've received. These are the information that I've received. So there's going to be a rough ride, but just to know that those that are here at this time, it's a very special time to be here on this planet, in this dimension, in many dimensions, because she has so many different dimensions. So right now, this is a very powerful time to be here. So all actuality, you should be honored to be here at this time, because the shift is going to happen regardless. And I think this is what ties into, like I said, I think this is what ties into the whole concept of Revelations in the Bible, that the devil's rule is up, right? The devil had 6,000 years to rule. I think this kind of like ties into that too when you connect it with biblical stories, because all biblical stories have the same type of theme. You have a group of people, a group of beings that's going through hardship, and then something comes and saves them. Through all religion texts, all of them, Christianity, Islam, Judaism, Hinduism, all the isms, they all have that same theme, like if it's a play, like if it's a movie. You have beings going through certain hardships and hard times, and then something higher that's not from here, something extraterrestrial comes and save us. Because we gotta think about it. What is extraterrestrial? Planet Earth is a terrestrial. You have interterrestrial, which living beings that are within the earth, and extra just means beings that are alive, that's outside of Earth coming in. That's all it is. So that was my experience of my astral travel of November 12th, 2017. Also, just speaking about, are we in hell? Like I said, it's also tying into astral traveling, because I spoke to Mother Earth and she responded to me within dreams. And dreaming and astral traveling is the same thing. It's just that one, you're conscious, and the other, you're not. And this is what I was explaining to my uncle. I said, we all do it. What I'm speaking is something special that I'm doing that nobody else is doing. We all doing it. It's just that more people are they're more in tune than others. And during this shift, more of you are going to see and experience it. So it ties in with the Mother Goddess, Mother Earth, the true mother, the true creator. She is very special, and we just have to treat her special. We really do. And these bodies that we are in is what she also showed me, that these bodies are very important. Not just that it's a prison. That's what the ancient Egyptians said. They said these bodies are prison to a certain extent. But these bodies hold information, memories of your past lives, memories of information, memories of knowledge and wisdom. We all possess that. But when Mother Earth goes through her changes, more information is going to be sent here through the stars, through other beings, in the connection of the ones that created us. It gets deep. So don't worry. Things is going to get real soon. And she also showed me that me putting out information like this is unlocking codes and DNAs and other beings that are watching. So I'm doing my job. Very small, but it's something. And then it's going to be like a domino effect. This is how she showed me. It was like a domino effect. And it's just going to connect with one, and connect with the next, come to the next. And then pretty much the whole earth is going to be on one wavelength. And then when that happens, this is when it's going to be a new earth. This is when she gets to graduate to the next level. You see, other beings already graduated to other levels. And you see all these horrible acts and these mass shootings. Those beings that ascended, they already moved up to the next level. We don't need to worry about them. Even certain animals. That's why a lot of animals are becoming extinct. Because they know it's time. It's time to move on to the next level. Dolphins, whales, beaching themselves. Because they know the science. But we claim we so intelligent. But they more intelligent than us. They know it's time. It's time to move on to the next level. And that's what's going to happen. A lot of y'all are going to start off with the dreams. That's how it started with me. Powerful dreams and messages. And then, once you start putting more thought and energy into it, then you're going to start astral traveling and start having lucid dreams. You're going to become conscious. Then you're going to be leaving your physical body. Then you're going to be doing these wonderful things that I've done in these realms. But at the same time, you're going to have some challenges. It's not going to be easy. It's going to get real. I'm not going to make this video too long. I know it's just been a while, but I've done had so many dreams and crazy experiences, and it's just been a lot. I just want to thank those for watching. And after you finish watching this video, like I say, share it with those that are willing. Because the more people gets onto this type of information, the faster the process is going to be. That's what it is. But we got a lot of work to do. A lot of work to do. I mean, you can see it. We still dealing with racism. It's crazy. When we are just one big family. There's only one race, the human race. But until we meet again, this is Anpu Ra with another video on astral travel. Is this hell? Is she God? Peace.